Okay, I'm gonna try to make this really quick. The setup for my tone, which I call Shine On, because I pattern it after Shine On Your Crazy Diamond. So if you already have the RP360 XP, go to F50. This is a sound that is already kind of close to what you're gonna want. I'm just going through my little Hartke practice amp, and the guitar I'm using is a Fender Telecaster. I actually have it tuned to E minor, so all I have to do is go, so you get an idea of the tone and how we're shaping this. All right, so I'm filming with one hand and doing all this other stuff with the other. So what you're going to do is, in order to start modifying it, we're going there. I always bypass the wah. Compressor you don't really have to mess with. The distortion, now here's where I go in. So I go model, whoops, yeah, all right, so it's set up for Tube Screamer, which makes sense because David Gilmour does use a Tube Screamer, but I like to use the Hoodoo drive. It's a little bit more transparent, and it to me, I think you can dial it in to get better sounds out of it. So what I'll do is I'll turn the gain up a little bit on this, maybe to like 70, and then you get a sound that sounds like this. Very similar, right? Except for you can also then go, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Gain model. That's not, how do you do this? Boom. Oh, there we go. So tone, clean. So you have your percentage clean, and I could pretty much leave it at 25%. Sometimes I go up to 30 if I'm playing, depending on what amp I'm playing through. Volume, keep it there. Then you can go to modulation, Uno vibe. You want to keep it on that. And here's the one thing though. You're gonna have to plug this into your PC, because the only way to change the order of the pedals is on the PC. So what you end up doing is you end up putting the Univibe before your drive, and that's how you get, that's the key to making this sound what it is. And when it comes to delay or amp, this basically is supposed to emulate 65 Fender Blackface, which I actually have downstairs. I think it actually does a pretty good job. EQ you don't have to mess with. Sound, none of that you have to mess with. Now the Echo Flex is supposed to emulate an Echo Plex. I think I put mine on, what did I do? I think I tape delay. That's what I did. I did tape delay, I believe. Modulated delay could be pretty cool though. Let me see here. Nah, that messes with the Univibe too much. Alright, so tape delay. And I always have my delay set on tap tempo. And then that's pretty much it. So if I go and store that, now I have my pedal set up in stomp box mode. So you have your effects, so you can switch on and off with the Univibe, the delay, which for doing Gilmour stuff you always want that delay on. Now reverb, I usually have my tone set so that it's overdrive, delay, and then the mod effect. But the way this is set up, you can go through and change all up to your personal preference. So then if you wanted to get a cleaner tone out of it. That's why I like to set up. Sorry for that shake. I like to set up my clean tone to be a mild crunch, and then have my overdrive on here, and that's what the Hoodoo drive does really well. It goes from being like a clean to with a slight crunch to like more of like a tube screamer-ish sound. Delay, like I said, I always keep that on. So the mod, when you have this off, you can still get a good well, I'm not gonna really hear that without a pick. But anyway, that's in a nutshell how I came up with my sound, and then I just renamed it to Shine On. So what you end up getting is, if I go to my sound here, I guess I went the wrong way. Alright, so now you hear there's a little bit more extra funk on there because I have the overdrive on. So I set the clean to be and this also does really good for brain damage. Hold that down until it starts blinking. That's your tap tempo. So that's it. That's how I did it. If I walk through this, you'll see I have my mod before the distortion. Hoodoo drive. 65 for Eternal. Oh, I was using Echo Flex. And Vintage Plate. Add effect. That would be nice. Alright. That's it. 7.5 minutes of hopefully you got that.